BlackBusters.
Hey man, what's cracking? This is BlackBusters, the best movie critic review podcast in the entire world.
In the world, Craig.
In the world, Craig.
In the world, Craig.
I'm your host, Big Ja.
Yes, sir.
And across from me is my co-host, Big Tone.
Yes,
What's up,
sir.
brother?
We here.
We here,
We
man.
here. And guess who's here with us?
Hey, man. The man. The myth, the legend.
He's back.
my brother.
He's back.
Ken Edwin TV.
That's me.
What's up, boy?
How you doing, man?
Hey, man. We
Thanks
here.
for having me again.
Of course,
Thanks
bro.
for
We
having
got to
me
get
again.
you back for this one, man.
This is a good one.
Yes, indeed.
This is a good one. Tell the people what we watching.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are about to discuss Jason's lyric. Whoo!
When I was a
Jason's-
young boy.
When I was a young boy,
I had visions of fame.
I had visions of fame.
and they were wild and they were free.
And
And then I grew older.
Hey man, it had like 30 solos in that song, bro. Everybody had, you got 2 lines, you got 3 lines, he got 3 lines. Hey man, yeah.
There's a couple dudes that look. I ain't got no lines, but I'm just going.
Hey, one, I forget who did it. Was it R. Kelly? I think he did like, he said, he hit a note. He hit a note and dipped. You know what I'm saying?
Just
The
go.
note dipped off.
Get my check.
Yeah.
Then keep
I mean, where do you go? Where do you put yourself in that?
Hey, that had to be an intimidating
Oh my
evening,
god,
bro. Everybody got vocals. You know what I'm
You
saying?
got Brian McKnight,
Just,
in there,
Brian McKnight,
Gerald Levert going crazy.
what's his name? Stokely.
All of them.
You know what I'm saying? Tevin. Back in the day, Tevin
Eric
was a young
Benet in
monster.
there.
Come on, man.
I'm sure somebody was
Gerald-
like, I wish these niggas would shut up. Because they were just probably running. It just was niggas in the hallway. Like,
Boys to Men was in there.
Right.
ooh. Yeah, that's all
I said,
that
dang,
was.
everybody warming up.
Yeah.
Everybody competing. Yeah, hey.
Have you ever like if you've ever been to like the black church on like revival night where it's a gang of singers
Yes.
in the audience and
Those-
all
I feel like
that one-upmanship, you know,
Right,
just,
right.
just
that's
The
my,
side-eye
my
singing?
favorite pastime.
Yeah.
You singing?
Revivals.
revivals.
Look
Oh,
at
man.
them.
Hey man, y'all ain't saying not one word.
Yeah.
All these
It's
harmonies and
Yeah.
and tones and notes.
There's somebody just sitting
Yeah.
there like, all right, you will know.
You
Oh, my
will
God.
know. They had Christopher Williams in there.
Everybody was in
Yeah,
there.
bro.
Portrait.
He did his thing. Portrait.
Yeah.
Portrait. What you doing about Portrait, nigga?
Portrait was in there.
Man, I wonder how he did. That girl is so fine.
Oh, yo,
I
wow.
wonder how he did. Man.
Y'all having a great time.
Yeah, bro. This
Uh.
is what happens when we talk about movies like Jason's Lyric.
Yes.
It's such a great soundtrack. Let's just start there.
Mhm.
The soundtrack was crazy. The
Fire.
music was phenomenal. This is back in the day. This is 1994, right?
Mhm. 94.
94, where soundtracks were big.
Yeah.
Movies was coming out, and the movie was great, but the soundtrack sometimes be just as good, if not better.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's the era. We need to get back to that. So when we start
Yeah.
doing films, bro,
Mhm.
Yeah.
soundtracks are gonna have to come back for me, man. I'm
Yeah.
gonna have to have at least 10 tracks
Yeah.
Mhm.
for
From the-
each for each film I do, man.
From
was
the,
great.
from the best 10 West Coast artists, best 10 East
Yeah.
Coast
East
artists.
Coast, down
That's how it
south,
used to be.
down
Down
west.
south. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Sometimes just put them all together. Like,
It was
why
a
not?
great
Yeah.
opportunity for artists that didn't have deals yet
Right.
to get
Mhm.
exposure.
So everybody was gonna watch the movie.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So they heard that one song. Like, who is that?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's how
that was a
I
good
think
way to
that's
get put
how-
on.
That's how Outkast got put on through. It wasn't a soundtrack, but it was a compilation album. It was a
compilation. Christmas.
Mhm.
Yeah.
compilation album.
Christmas
That's what they did.
compilation album.
Players Ball.
Yep.
Yeah.
Was it Players Ball? It's the beginning of the
Yeah.
Black-
Yeah,
that's Players Ball.
Yeah, Players Ball.
All the
You know they banging on
players
Christmas
say-
on that song.
Yeah,
Yeah.
from far wide.
They banging on
And
Christmas.
the afros banging. Yeah.
It's,
Man,
it's appropriate that we got to
Hallelujah.
Outkast, even though this movie is set in the Fifth Ward
Oh, Houston,
of Houston,
Texas.
right?
Right.
But it sets the tone for them Southern vibes.
yes, indeed.
It
Right?
does,
For sure.
and that's great that you bring that up because they had at least 6 Southern accents.
Yep. Oh,
Different
well,
ones.
Yeah.
Different ones.
Everybody just picked
That's
one.
when we get to the critiques.
We got Mississippi, Alabama,
All of them.
Atlanta. You know what I'm
Where
saying?
exactly are
Texas.
y'all from?
I was like, hey man, we from Fifth Ward. No,
Yeah.
somebody ain't. Only one nigga is from Fifth Ward, man. Y'all
Right.
sound like y'all from
Yeah.
North Carolina,
Right.
nigga.
There
You know what I'm
was
saying?
whole times where like Allen Payne just abandoned it,
Right.
right? Like and then it
Sound like he
just
from
it
New York.
pops back up.
I
But-
ain't never been some before.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
what?
yeah.
The foul.
Yeah,
Like,
You
what
sound like bruh man, nigga.
Like,
I ain't never been up here before.
yeah.
Never
All the
watched
way up there?
sunset.
Never watched the sun.
Never watched the sunset before.
Yeah.
Come on, Josh.
Yeah. Come on, Josh.
Come on, Josh.
Woo.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Taco meat check.
Yeah.
nigga.
Yeah.
Shout out to Taco Meat.
Yeah.
man.
Shout out to Taco meat,
Shout out
man.
to
That's
Taco meat.
it.
Hey,
Was
man,
it
for
was
sure.
real taco meat
Yeah.
popping there.
Taco
Okay.
meat season.
So before we get into the,
We didn't even got into it yet.
themes
Right.
and all of the stuff, break down, cast, and just a quick synopsis of the film.
Okay, man. Jason's Lyric stars Allen Payne and Jada Pinkett.
Mm-hmm.
The Jada Pinkett.
Yep.
All right. With also Bokeem Woodbine,
Deserves his flowers.
Treach from Naughty by Nature.
Mhm.
Eddie Griffin was in that bad boy.
Yep.
It was just a good, in my opinion,
Mhm.
casted film.
Yeah. Forest Whitaker is Mad
Forrest
Dog.
Whitaker is Mad Dog.
Yep.
He did his thing.
And your girl, smiley face, Lisa Nicole.
Ooh, Marty.
Yeah.
I love her.
Yeah,
Hey, man.
that's your flavor.
Amen.
That's your flavor ribs right there.
Flavor that I like. Chocolate covered candy girl. Yeah, man. Oh yeah, Marty,
He just
man.
took it there.
I did, man. I did.
Yeah.
I'm gonna talk about her in a minute.
Mhm.
But nah, she was in it as well, and she's never like the lead, but she's always like the cold. She's like the supporting character
Yeah.
that kills her
Mhm.
character
Yes.
all the time, bro.
Yes.
You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? So, and she definitely deserves her stuff. Where's she at, man? I need to work with her.
Where is she?
Yeah, we gonna find out,
You
man.
sure?
But she's dope.
You sure you need to work with her? You sure?
I'm good. I'm good.
You good?
I'm cool, man.
All right. Okay.
I'm prepping myself for the
Okay.
opportunity when it comes, just to be cool.
Just to be cool.
Just to be cool.
Just to be
You know what I
cool.
You got to step
Yes,
off to the
indeed.
side.
Man. Had the pep talk, you know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
Now,
You got it.
Lisa Nicole Carson,
Yeah.
Mhm.
for sure. So the movie is about a young man, Jason, growing up in the Fifth Ward of Houston, Texas, just trying to make his way. He's one of two sons, and him and his younger brother grew up very tough, in a crazy environment, dysfunctional family, and in some way he made it out. And so, as far as the kind of person he was, his
Yeah.
ambition, he
Yep.
was a good dude, solid, hardworking young brother.
He was the good son.
He was a good son,
Mm-hmm.
right? And he meets a young lady in the neighborhood that plays hard to get. Her name is Lyric, played by Jada Pinkett Smith, and he wins her over. Then now he has to basically choose between his brother that just got recently released from prison
Mm-hmm.
and his new girlfriend.
Yeah.
And he's trying to move on with his life, but he also has his brother that he feels he can't just abandon.
Yeah.
And his brother is just not even trying to do good. So
Just a knucklehead.
and there's a scene in the movie, or there's a line in the movie where she says, Jada Pinkett's character, Lyric, she says, you got to stop trying to save a brother that don't want to be saved.
Mm-hmm.
And that's basically what the movie is about.
Yep.
Him trying to move forward with his life with this new woman, and him still living in the past and trying to fix the past
Mm-hmm.
by dealing with his brother currently.
Mhm.
And Jason Lyric. His name
Jason's Lyric.
His name is Jason. Her name is Lyric. And I think that's a dope title.
Did you like the movie?
I love the movie.
Yeah.
As I rewatched it, as I got older, I realized I like it for the story,
Mm-hmm.
for the acting, even though there was some overacting here and
oh my
there.
goodness.
Yeah, we'll get into
Yeah,
that.
we'll get to that in a minute.
Yeah.
Lord
But
Jesus.
I'm biased because I'm a filmmaker and I love seeing black faces on camera
Yeah.
and black stories being told. So I have a bias.
I love the movie too. And I love it. To me, it's aesthetically beautiful to be in
Facts.
such a swampy place.
Right.
Mhm.
Right?
Right.
Like, like
They shot the hell out
it
of this city.
feels so Fifth Ward,
Mhm.
from the stains on their t-shirts
Mhm.
to the sweat pools under their arms
Mhm.
Mhm.
to just the grit and grime and humidity. I can feel the humidity
Mhm.
of the film.
Right.
So from that standpoint, as a backdrop, it's shot perfectly. Some liberty certainly taken with the accents, but everybody feels believable.
Right.
All the characters. Mad Dog feels believable, right?
Mad Dog, sure.
Shout out to Forest Whitaker.
Yeah.
Goodness.
The picture they paint of the bayou, right? Like, you know, and just everything. So then we go soundtrack. We go, like, the story feels Shakespearean to me. You know what I mean? It's like a Fifth Ward Romeo and Juliet, right? Like, you know, two people, two different worlds with the family and connections and all of that. So it just, to me, it's a really good film. And especially, like, we've been on this romance kick. We've done romance in the city the last couple of weeks. It was great to do romance differently. In the hood,
in the country,
in the country,
in the bayou,
right? Like, so big fan.
It sticks. Big fan.
I love the movie.
Yeah.
Okay. First of all, it ain't got nothing to do with Jada Pinkett and everything being naked in scenes.
Sure don't. You're right.
But let y'all know that right now.
What's fact?
What I really love about the movie is they kind of set a blueprint for men to, this is how you get a woman. Look, listen, be attentive with your listening, and they'll give you everything you need. Like the dates that they were having in this, it's like nigga just went and got some takeout and took her to the Greyhound station. If that's not player,
that's so player. It's so
That's not player.
Yeah,
and it's like it's nothing. You don't
Yeah.
have to. You don't have to have a lot of money. You don't have to have a lot of nothing. You just have to listen to somebody and then show them the world that they want to see.
He did a good job of picking up on that. Like Jason did a good job of picking up. Like she on some different shit.
Yeah,
you know,
because remember he went to his mom.
Yeah,
and was like, "Dang, what do I do?" And then she told her. I'm thinking like he gonna do exactly what his mom did.
Yeah.
And then she, boom, I'm gonna do this,
right?
Because she said this.
Switch the game up.
It's cold.
So, talk about not having a lot, not needing a lot. I might have an unpopular opinion of Sister Lyric, man.
You wasn't feeling her?
As a kid, I grew up watching Jada Pinkett Smith. Like, oh yeah, she could do no wrong.
Yeah,
she's amazing. She looked great in the movie.
Yeah,
she's a great actress, and she is. She is to both of those.
Yeah.
However, as I got older and I became a grown man, I was like,
she was tripping.
Lyric was a bum broad, my nigga.
A bum?
She was a bum,
Why
bro.
was she a bum?
Based off of this. Not that she was a bum based off her lifestyle, but because of how she act. How she behaved, her attitude, bro. She was stuck up for no reason, bro. She felt like she was better than everybody. She said, "Oh, I'm tired of all these. I'm tired of working in this whack ass chicken shack." And she hated everything. My feet hurt. Her homegirl took her shift. She just left work.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Her homegirl took her shift.
She was on her period though. She did.
Man,
She was on her period.
So Marty, no, man.
Yeah.
And then Jason tried to holler at her respectfully. This is cool. Disrespect. You know what I'm saying? Cold shouldered him. You know what I mean? She didn't have nothing going for herself, bro, but good looks. She had a job that she hated, a chicken shack job. She stayed with mom still.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And
she
bro.
did, and bro, and her gangster brother that she hated.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah.
But,
and who hated her?
But she bought the nigga car to get a TV though. You know what I'm saying? He was more valuable to her than she was to him.
Right.
Very true.
And she taking a bus. She didn't even have no whip.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. I'm all about if you're struggling in life and you're trying to make it happen, I get it. I'm not saying that because she didn't have no whip that she wasn't shit.
Yeah.
I'm saying that you can't act like you the shit if you ain't even got no whip.
So,
You know what I'm
I'm not fighting you on that, but to me, I felt like the character was very authentic because I remember running into chicks that was that hard.
Yeah.
Right? Like, you know, back when you would start house partying, you know, or maybe even when you was in a club and you run up, you know, into a girl's fine as hell, but mean.
For what?
Just mean.
How dare you be mean? You ain't
Right
got no
on.
whip.
Yeah.
Look at your shoes. How
mean.
dare you be
So-
mean and look at your shoes?
She said why she was mean though. She said it.
She was tired. The guy she was dating dying.
She said all the guys that she was dating, some of them were dying. She was like, she's just not into the whole thug thing anymore. Everybody in that hood they were all thugs. They
Yeah.
was,
Not
you know what I'm
Jason.
saying? Jason.
He said, I ain't no gangster.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did,
Mhm.
but he still had some ways about himself.
He was still rolling with Eddie Griffin.
He was still
Like that was his partner.
He was still connected. Hand me that 40.
He was hanging with a nigga named Rat.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Eddie Griffin's name was Rat.
So
my
he still
nigga.
had
Company you keep.
some
Right.
he still had some ties there.
Yeah.
But he a hood nigga. He
Yeah.
not a street nigga. He a hood nigga.
Yeah.
Right. But that's a
Yeah.
good thing too, to see the difference between a hood nigga and a street nigga.
Right. He was a dude. He wasn't no hoe.
Yeah.
He had a good job.
Good job.
Mhm.
But here's the thing.
He
He was staying with moms too.
Yeah, he was staying with moms.
Everybody staying with moms.
Everybody's
But
staying with
see,
their mamas.
And here's what's interesting when we get into like Jason's character and his motivations, right?
Mhm.
So we, the Mad Dog situation, spoiler alert for a 1994 movie.
Mhm.
Forest Whitaker is his dad, comes back from Vietnam, damaged.
Yeah,
and
right.
the damage manifests
Which happens
itself,
a lot.
da, da, da,
It's
da.
real shit.
Yeah.
And it comes out later in the movie that Jason is responsible for the killing of Mad Dog on accident.
Yeah.
Right.
I think that incident right there, without question, affected the trajectory of his life. And I think from that point on, he was going to take care of his mom.
He felt guilty.
And he was going to take care of his brother.
Right.
Right? And he would have done that until things ended, until he met Lyric.
Mm-hmm.
And when his mom gave him the permission to leave,
Mm-hmm.
and Lyric poses the question to him, or makes a statement, you can't save a brother that doesn't want to be saved. Only at that point was he like, I'm ready to go. So I think he was there. He could have maybe done anything. He could have been left the Fifth Ward, but he had to take care of his mom.
I get that. And here's the thing. I was like, damn, they got the Fifth Ward out here looking crazy.
Yeah.
Everybody's not doing bad.
Yeah.
Moms is working at the chicken shack still.
Yeah.
Right.
And
And she got fired.
Yeah.
She got fired for $10 missing out of a drawer.
Mhm.
Because this nigga Josh took $10. I said,
$10.
man, here's the thing. I'm back on Lyric.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm back on
He
her.
wasn't done.
I wasn't done.
Yeah.
She had the nerve to be stuck up.
Yeah.
And he had a nice little truck.
Yeah.
And she was like, I'm tired of dating this, that, and the other. Why do you deserve anything other than these hood niggas?
Mhm.
These street niggas. Here's the thing. She didn't even have a good job. She wasn't even, what are you doing with your life but sitting at the broken ass bridge looking at buses drive away talking about, I just want to go somewhere. Where's your plan? She didn't even have no plan and got the nerve to turn her nose up at Jason.
Yeah.
That's where I agree with you as far as like, look, it doesn't matter what you're doing. If you work at McDonald's, you can still go somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Like, save your money up. You know what I'm saying?
Fuck
You
you
living
doing
at
with your
home.
bread? You ain't got no
Save
way.
your money up and go somewhere.
Yeah.
That's it. There's no reason to be. You can sit there still,
This,
but like you said, you got to have a plan.
you
gotta have a
don't
plan.
got no whip.
It's so
Texas.
It's so interesting that I'm about to take this position, especially after the flack that I took, for how I was,
Hilarious.
going at a wonderful actress whose name shall not be mentioned, but
wonderful. She's wonderful now.
wonderful,
She wonderful now.
Oh hell yeah, she wonderful now.
Does
Trying
her
to
last
claw
name?
back.
Does her last name rhyme with Macon?
Nah. You talking about somebody else? But this is back on Lyric. What I did like about, it's very easy that the hardness, you know what I mean? And this is the challenge to say, maybe it's not stuck up, but maybe she's protecting herself, right?
Mhm.
That hard exterior shell. I can't let nobody in because I got to protect myself. But I do like the way they juxtaposed her softness. Like as soon as you got past
Once
the
he slid
brick
to that
wall,
pipe, she started acting right.
Oh my
Even
God.
before
You know what I'm
that,
saying?
when she was wondering about the bus, where you think the bus going?
Yeah.
I think it's exciting. All them niggas on the bus.
He's like, damn, she told us he had cotton in his mouth. Hey, I just think
I feel like they all sounded like that a little
They
bit.
did.
They all sound like,
It's
except Tretch.
94.
Where when that bus
Yeah.
going?
I think
don't
Tretch
get
was
on one of them
Tretch.
buses,
Mhm.
right? So like that part, that part, the poetry,
Wait a minute.
yeah,
Not the poetry, because that was Marty.
yep,
I'm back on with Lyric, my nigga. She didn't have no culture.
yep,
She was a fantasizer. She fantasized about dipping off one of them Greyhound buses.
yep.
Yeah.
But I'm like, man, the real person Jason should have got with was Marty.
Mm.
the homegirl in the chicken shack with the big old yams propped up, and
but then then the movie would have been over.
I know, or maybe not, because she would have get the draws up. It would have been Jason's.
I mean, hey,
Treach would have blasted on him.
Yeah, he would have lost his mind.
But she would have gave up the
But
draws
she was
easily.
the one that had the She was the one that had the poetry. She was reading books.
She was wise
and shit like that. But
she also had low self-esteem.
Oh, I understand that. Okay,
that'll rear its head up later.
And she looked so good though.
She looked great.
But here's the thing: I think Lyric had too high self-esteem.
Too high.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What you want? You want somebody with low self-esteem that you can bring up, or somebody with high self-esteem that you can bring down?
I think her self-esteem might not have been low. I think she was like, well, I'm from here. I don't really got nothing else going on. Alonso is the best nigga for me.
The best that I can
and
do.
Jason and Lyric didn't feel that way. She was like, I'm better than all these niggas.
Right.
And I'm better than this job I have. If you so better than all this, why don't you do something? All that free time you had,
she trying to figure it out.
Hold on, nigga, go to school.
Go
to Houston. Go to Community College. And get you a degree, and then you can leave here.
She go to HCC.
She go become medical assistant.
Go to Houston University.
And
then get up out of there. But you sitting there complaining about stuff, and you sit in your room, the same room you grew up in.
Yeah.
And this a nigga out here trying to take you out.
That's a nice house though that they was in.
That was a nice house. But what I'm saying is, Lyric got saved once again.
Yeah.
Look, man. Look, everybody needed to be
Jason
saved in this movie. Everybody needed to be saved in this movie. And when you're talking about the country, it's country living. I got family members from Oklahoma,
and it's like 10 people.
Some of them still
normal,
and they hadn't been 10 miles past grandma's house.
And they got good.
Facts.
They got
never
good
been to
jobs.
city limits.
Facts.
So it don't matter what job you have. They're like, oh, there's no reason to stay. Leave anywhere because I have everything here. My uncle makes. We get our meat from my uncle.
Yeah.
For the year.
Good.
Ain't no reason to go to
It's like you don't have to do a lot.
Crawfish broils and
all that.
But see, but that's what I liked about.
I just hated her attitude. I was okay with I was okay with how she lived. But when I saw her stink attitude as a grown man watching the movie again, I was like,
that.
But like, also you have to and this is just me. Okay, I ain't into saving hoes, but this is my thing. If imagine your brother, right, is the illest nigga in Nebraska.
Yep.
Okay. This is the dude that everybody looks up to. And you know, because you live with him, he ain't shit.
He ain't shit.
All you guys are
so you
looking
don't
up to this guy. I don't respect nobody.
In the city that look up to this bum-ass nigga that's my
Everybody
brother.
looks up to this dude. This dude does all the stuff that he does. And it's just like, nah, like I don't need your help. I don't need none of y'all because y'all love him. So there's a reason for her to have this attitude.
Jason didn't. She didn't even try to let the nigga find out. She didn't try to find out what kind of nigga Jason was at first.
Yeah.
She was almost about to let the nigga just go. If he wasn't persistent and followed her ass, followed the bus back to her crib,
she never had to see him again.
Yeah.
But you would have had to. You have to do that because the man that's different is going to do that.
And even Lyric like rolled her eyes when he was following her, like, not this shit again.
Yeah.
Like it feels like that was her life.
Yeah.
Just getting hollered at by thugs.
Can I ask you this before you go there? Before you go there? No. Do your and.
Okay. Because I'm approachable. I think about what's going on. There could be a different opinion. I could be like, okay, I get it. And when it's all said and done, she probably was a little scorned growing up, born and raised in the Fifth Ward, and had her heart broken. Had niggas die on her.
Yeah, guys that she loved die on her.
And she was like, and in her defense,
just having one person.
She said,
he says,
if it's meant to be, you'll find me.
Yep.
That was lit.
I ain't gonna lie, I got goosebumps just a little bit.
Great.
That was Jada Pinkett. Jada Pinkett. This is before a married job.
Yeah.
I'm finding her, my nigga.
Yes.
I'm finding Lyric. And he ran into the chicken shack, and she was behind the counter. He was like, "Oh, you said if it was meant to be, I'll find you."
And then she hit him with some more stuff. Where the sun,
when the sun walks through the
parables, and
I'm like, what that mean? I love what he mean. What that mean?
Right,
bitch. I'm like, what are you talking about?
Okay, so this is gonna be my question,
and then I have one more Lyric question after yours.
And this was, and another thing too. This is another reason why I did like the movie is because me myself, I am a writer. I am a poet. I started off writing poetry and things. I got in trouble as a kid. My mom started making me recite Martin Luther King speeches and stuff. And I kind of just fell in love with like writing and like really knowing it, right? So like this movie and having like poetry in it was like really, even though the poetry is not like super fire,
right,
but the movie itself is a poem. It's like it's a decent poem.
Yeah.
So all the things like the planes going over and letting the water go and then being free in certain and everything is poetic.
Yeah.
So that has nothing to do with my question. But my question is, how would you have your daughter respond in that situation if they're in that situation? If this is your daughter, how would you have her respond to people that's coming to her?
Questions,
like, I'm just saying, how would you have her respond?
I need my daughter to be like Lyric.
Yeah.
You need
in
her
a
to.
way.
Yes.
I need my daughter to be in a better position.
I need her to not be at the soul food joint.
Yeah.
But those are her circumstances.
Right.
Those are her circumstances, but she was not hard to get. She was, but she like you said, the right dude was going to get to her.
Right.
She didn't make it easy.
Yeah.
Okay, a couple of quick little points.
I like that.
The first is to double back to what you were saying. I agree. Everybody was dealing with trauma. All of our main characters are trying to overcome trauma.
Therapy is real, guys.
Right? Like everybody. What's interesting is that do we think Lyric was a virgin?
No, she wasn't a virgin.
We don't think she was a virgin?
No.
Because, so there's the moment where she's talking to Marty, right? Like, and she's explaining the date that she goes on with Lyric, right? I mean, the Lyric explains the date that she goes on with Jason. Oh, girl. And Marty takes very specific steps to, first of all, look at her, acknowledge her, and then say, you done made love. But not in a way that, like, two normally sexually active people would have that beat, that conversation.
Okay.
It was kind of like significant for Marty to call that out. Like, you done made love, right? Like, and almost in it, like it felt like maybe Lyric had never had sex before. She might have had boyfriends before, but it made me wonder, like, was she a virgin? And if she was a virgin, not only for the film, but if we're talking about like larger narratives, does it make more sense why, she was so hard and protective and all of those different type of things, right? Like if you knew that she was a virgin, would it change your thoughts about, how she was acting earlier in the movie before her and Jason started falling?
It mean that she was still a kid.
Well, I mean, I saw.
It's so hard.
I saw that she was. I saw that she was a love virgin. That's
there
what
you
it
go.
was.
Yeah. I'll say she might
definitely
have
had
sex
sex
before,
agree on that.
but she's never made love before.
Yeah.
I think that's what that was.
And that's. I think that's what the movie is. Making love is more than just intercourse.
Yeah.
They was in the meadows, my nigga.
Remember when she said, "Oh, I wish a nigga could wash my feet."
Yeah.
Any nigga washed their feet.
Yeah.
Nigga.
Wash their
I'm
feet.
all for washing feet. But Lyric, man, you had Lyric.
Yeah.
I think she got.
There's only one trifling thing I think she did,
Which was?
and that's tell him about her brother.
Yeah.
I felt like that was trifling. It's like
Because
you can't get mad at him after you say something like that. You know that's his brother.
Yeah, that's a goofy.
You've been fighting and telling you can't save nobody that want to be. You know that.
Then why are you trying to help me?
Why are you telling him?
Yeah.
Why are you telling him that?
She's supposed to be like, let's go, baby. You ready to go?
Yeah.
And he's just sitting there like he just got to go get a switch.
Probably the only miscalculation that she made, because she had to know what Jason was going to do, that he was going to intervene. And she also was probably quite aware of what the consequences of said intervention would be. So, but maybe she was just so like, we got to get out of here.
And that's a flaw in her character too.
Yeah, I think so.
Because it's like, man, like what you going to do with your family? This is his family.
Yeah.
Like this man values family, no matter how bad it is. He's not trying to run away from anything.
But like I said, she was stuck up. She thought she was better than everybody else.
Stuck up.
She had to get on one of them buses.
Everybody else, and he was like, he wanted to better himself. But this nigga, he did not do the job in Dallas because of her. He did it for his
bro,
his brother.
Yeah,
but still, nigga.
But she really was like,
it was kind of crazy.
We can go right now. As soon as he talked about we didn't get on one of them buses and go, she was like, nigga, when? Let's go right now.
You know what's really crazy? You know how much a Greyhound bus ticket is?
Right.
She could have been. It was $9.85.
It's $10.
I remember
it's like
$10 back when I was in the 90s.
Right.
I can go to from LA to San Diego for $10.
But that's what's so beautiful about this movie, and it's something to take into consideration. Like I know people in LA, right? Like I know people who live in Los Angeles and have never seen the beach.
That's fact.
Never been to the ocean, right?
That's
10 minutes away.
Yeah.
10 minutes away.
Yeah.
One bus fare. They got a train that'll take you all the way there right now. So I think there is a, there's a reality of like, she could have got on one of them buses and gone. She could have did something else. But when the hood got you
I got
in those invisible, borders.
I got gangster homies that will go and put their feet in the water and be scared.
Yep. And won't eat. Yep.
They were like,
you be like, yo, Lamont, take your shoes off. Hell no, I ain't taking my shoes off. You on the beach with boots on. Nigga. Take your chucks off, bro.
Take your chucks off.
Take your feet in the sand.
No.
Take your shoes off. So
then they do it, and it's almost like they about to put their feet in lava.
Then when it feel good, they get mad.
Yeah.
Oh man,
got me out here and shit.
This shit's stupid. Y'all do this. Y'all just come out here and do this.
Old twinkle toes ass.
It feel good, don't it?
Cut off dickies inside the water, nigga. Right. Swimming trunks, Lamont, swimming trunks.
Which is crazy because there's so many people in the hood. They always go to the hood pool, and they be the most graceful people on the diving board, doing backflips,
half gainers,
all this, but they won't touch the beach.
The beach
is different.
Go to the water, be free.
Yeah,
this is Venice, bro. Ain't no sharks right here in Venice, bro.
Ain't nothing but dirt and grime in there. That's it.
Because again, and this goes back to the point. The pool is local.
Yeah,
and they're familiar and they trust local. The beach, even though it's in their city, is foreign.
It's foreign,
right? Like it's even though it's in their city,
right?
That's why you can see experts. Like we all know back when the pool used to open in the summer.
Yeah.
Guys be doing triple axles.
Yeah.
Right.
Double flip deluxes. But the
deluxes.
Right? Yeah. But the same guys at the beach, like you said, afraid to put their toe in. It's a reality there.
It's crazy when you kind of look at the parallels to this movie because that's how it is. Like the places where you grew up are deteriorating.
Yes.
It's just like the beginning. Remember, old boy with the footwork?
Well, yeah.
Ha, 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 ha.
Yep.
He was killing it.
Yep.
And then the very next scene is him. Oh, show me your footwork.
Fast Freddy.
Fast Freddy.
He coked out. He not coked out, but he drugged out.
Yeah, he was he might have been he was probably rocked.
He was on that. He was on that narcotic.
That narcotic.
He was on that narcotic.
For
real.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Narco. Hey, we ain't talked enough about Bokeem.
Let's talk about Josh.
Bokeem Woodbine, he did his thing. Hey, bro. In 94,
is this water for me?
That's for you, bro. Yeah,
Lord Jesus.
Brand new. Hey, he did his thing.
Yeah,
of course he's playing the street dude, the hood nigga, this and the other. But
mason jars.
There was a place, mason jars. Libation. He did a good job of a dude. I loved what they did with his character because he was a knucklehead.
Yep,
and. It wasn't. I can't say he wanted to do right, but one thing he did, he loved his brother and he loved his mom, and I think that whatever trauma they went through as kids, he grew up not able to harness the love for himself.
For some reason, with that anger,
he didn't know how. He didn't know what to do with it.
He didn't know what to do with that.
It happened when he was a kid.
Yeah.
Right.
Mad Dog.
It's crazy how he hated Mad Dog for Mad Dog being who he was to his mom.
Yeah.
All Mad Dog wanted to do was hug him. He rejected Mad Dog.
Yeah.
He was afraid of him.
Yeah.
Jason called it out on one of the voiceovers that he think that Josh was too young to remember how Mad Dog used to be before
in the field.
With the Rainmaker, right? Like Josh was too young to remember that, so all he sees is
this dude
terrorizing Mad Dog, right?
Hey, come on, man. Yo, Josh, and he pulled away.
I also think that Jason was not Mad Dog's son, and maybe what's the name was.
This is a fantastic take.
I think Bokeem. I think his brother. What's his brother's name in the movie?
Josh.
Josh. I think Josh was Mad Dog's son, and Jason wasn't Mad Dog because and that's like he called him Mad Dog. Like the first thing, he ain't never said daddy.
He never said daddy.
He called him Mad Dog.
My cousin calls my uncle by his first name.
Yeah.
Abdul Rahim.
Right.
But that's his dad. But he calls. Yeah.
And he probably told him. It's like, no, that's my name. Just like on some Michael Jackson.
That is a very interesting take.
But I don't think they. You know what I'm saying?
That's that there was.
I feel like they got different daddies.
That they had different daddies.
So they would have different. They have different ways of doing things, and I think that's more of what that's about. Is like you're going to be him. If you mess up, you turn right into him, and that's essentially.
And
what
Jason,
that's a very curious.
And Jason just wanted Mad Dog to love him.
Mm-hmm.
So any attention that Mad Dog showed him, he was okay with. And he knew Mad Dog was sick.
Yeah,
but he was like
a child without a father.
Right. You know what I'm saying? And it's crazy how the two boys growing up in the same house with the same father, the same parents, but they react differently to the same exact treatment.
Yeah.
I think Josh resented Mad Dog, and then he ended up seeing himself Mad Dog than him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that goes back to talking about like childhood trauma and how it affects you as a human being.
Yeah.
I mean, as a grown person. Yeah. Jason had his own trauma.
Yeah.
I mean, he never stopped having dreams, nightmares. And I think Josh's life was a nightmare.
Yeah.
He had moments. Jason had moments in his sleep of this bad thoughts and memories. I think Josh probably lived with those nightmares all day.
I mean, Josh calls it out when he's drunk as fuck and he's on the bed and he offers Jason the booze. These will help you. This is what helped me. This is what keep me from having
kill those memories.
Yeah, kills those memories, kills those thoughts. Is the booze,
right?
Like so the booze combined with the anger, because even like a young Josh was like, "Why don't he leave us the fuck alone?" Right? Like he was mad forever.
And the crazy thing about it is, he was like
mad his whole life.
He hated this nigga. Hey, leave us the fuck alone. And then he resented his brother. The fucked up thing about it, he resented his brother for killing him
because he wanted to do it.
Yeah,
he had the gun.
He was going to do it, but he was scared.
Yeah,
right. But later on, when they were grown, he was like, "Oh, that's right. We ain't got no daddy.
Yeah,
thanks to you."
Yep.
But he was just throwing that in his face.
Yeah,
he
but
have something against
because
him.
It's
just very complicated.
It's equivalent to
very complicated
I know people
house.
who was like my father. My father's my grandfather, who I never met, died when my dad was 16.
Right,
and my dad hated it. Bothered him because he didn't care. If that makes sense. He didn't have a dad that he could love. His dad wasn't a good man, wasn't a good father. And he was abusive and everything. So he almost was like relieved when his dad died. He was 16, and that broke his heart.
Yeah.
And he was
and
relieved
he took
by
that. My dad was like 50-something when he told me this.
Yeah.
He's 50-something, telling me that he remembers the relief that he felt when his dad he found out his dad passed. He's like, oh, thank God. But that still killed him because he never. Because it's a what if? What if we could have ever rekindled our us, and maybe he could have been a different person. And
it's a connection you have to your father
that you'll never have anymore because he's gone.
Yeah.
Even if you hated him while he was alive, you still hope. And my dad said, I hope that maybe one day, by the time I'm 26, that me and my father could be good.
If we challenge the idea, which is an interesting theory, that they do have different dads, and I guess is my thought or my counter theory on that still makes sense regardless. But what's interesting, and I've seen this in a couple of families where the sons that had more time with their dad before their mom and dad split usually grow up to be better men
a little bit more,
than the ones who were too young when dad split, right? So we talk about the stark difference between, Jason and Josh. It could have been the fact that Mad Dog kind of raised, spent more time with Jason. And I think always have some money in your pocket. Right? Like, remember that little lesson? You got any money?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you gave some always keep some money in your pocket.
Yeah.
I imagine that Mad Dog was always peppering Jason with those little man nuggets. Always looking man in the eye when you talk to him. Always shake your hand like it was probably so Jason is kind of built with that fathering in a way that Josh never got.
Right. By the time Josh got old enough to understand he's being taught. Mad Dog was different already.
Yep, he already
still got some of that Mad Dog in him too.
Yeah,
remember when Mad Dog beat that dude with that cane?
Whooped his
Try to
ass.
take this money.
Whoop his
The boy,
yeah,
the boy.
Just right quick with that. He's like, ha!
Yeah.
He hooked the ankle with the cane from the side that didn't have the hook on it either.
Right.
You know what's funny?
Put that out there.
I'm laughing at myself, man, because I'm not ashamed. I'm not proud of this, but like I've been told a couple of times that I like resemble Forest Whitaker, right?
Nice.
Like and I checked into a hotel in New York.
Oh my gosh!
One time, and the guy was like, "You look very familiar." I was like, "Hey, I don't know,
I don't know what
I'm just trying to
I
get
don't-
my room." And he was like, "You look like Forest Whitaker," and I was like, somebody else told me that's very funny. I like to get my room. I'm under a Tony. You know what I mean? Like gave him my name, and the guy was like smiling at me, like, all right,
Tony.
Forrest, all right,
Good
all
name,
right,
Tony.
Forrest, right? So I'm laughing because all right, Forrest. I'm laughing because I got that in my background. But when I was thinking about how Forrest was rehearsing to marry me, that's how I be looking when I talk to my wife, right? Like when I've been out drinking, marry me, like right? So like I've been out drinking with the boys, I come back and be like, I love you, right? I was like, fuck,
goodness.
I am Forrest. Maybe it's ridiculous.
You mad dog?
Yeah, I'm mad dog.
Mad dog.
I'm mad dog. So we talked about Jason. We talked about Lyric. We talked about Josh. Do we want to touch on Eddie Griffin's Rad or at least Nicole Carson or any of the other characters before we get into the awards?
Can we talk about how Josh was doing too much in the shower? What was the shower scene? Tell me what the shower scene was.
And he was a new actor, bro.
Yeah.
He was a new actor.
That's right.
I said, man,
What's happening? What's happening? There's water on
I've
you.
just been slashed.
hey, let's talk about that.
Yeah.
We'll get to the end of the episode. We'll talk about the such and such awards.
Yeah.
Oh
my
that
gosh.
didn't make sense. That was off.
Yeah.
Lisa Nicole Carson,
Mm-hmm.
one of my favorites. I love her energy.
Yeah.
That's that is.
And energy is amazing.
Yeah.
She represents another type of hood chick. This movie is struggle love.
Yep. Struggle love.
That's
Struggle
what
love.
it is. Yeah. Struggle love.
Everybody
And I
is struggle
appreciate it
love.
because it wasn't like nobody had profession like real big great professions. It was regular chicks, regular dudes.
It was authentic.
Right.
It felt authentic.
And the dude, the good girl in the neighborhood had the worst brother.
The worst brother
in the neighborhood, and that's real. And her homegirl is her brother's girl, and he don't even treat her right. But she just takes it because that's what women in those times in that area did.
Yep.
Yeah.
Except someone like Lyric.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's probably why I think that she's so stuck up, and really, she just had higher standards.
Right.
Really.
Yeah.
You know what
I'm
saying?
not gonna do what all these other girls do.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And even when she said to Marty, like, you deserve so much better than Alonso, and or so much better, and she was like, basically said, no, I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, she knew, and that's how I was like, Marty knows her worth.
Right.
Which is so,
You know what I'm saying?
and- okay,
her
so
worth is
all right,
Ali said.
This is so great.
Her
This is so
worth
great.
is
I'm so
Ali
glad you brought that
Benover.
up because there's two pieces of that puzzle. A, the way she big ups Alonso. Whenever Lyric tries to like cut the legs off of Alonso, she's real quick to be like, Alonso? I love like that motherfucker's amazing, right?
Yeah.
But then she goes to that one line, the epic line of the movie. Lyric, what you done found with Jason, you know what I mean? Like, it's quiet in a world full of thunder. You know what I mean? Like, you're a bar.
They had a lot
You
of
know,
comparisons.
some of us have to listen to it, right? Like, which is her self-acknowledgement of her situation.
Yeah.
Like, I live in a loud world. Lonzo loud, he is what he is. I am what I am.
Big
Da, 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 da.
Yeah.
But like what you found with Jason is something different.
Right.
So like there's a wisdom, a self-acknowledgement, just a great sage-like character. Probably one like the wisest character maybe in the whole film.
Big facts.
Yeah.
She's the one that knew herself. She knew her situation. She was the most, I feel, secure with everything that was going on. She didn't complain.
Nope.
She was loving life. She was okay with all the things that was going on.
Yeah.
She was like, you find a better man than Alonso? Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, right.
Not
I
here.
won.
Not here.
Not here.
Right.
Yeah.
Because you think about it, Rat,
Mhm.
the other homeboy,
Mhm.
what's the Lorenz Tate's brother? Damn, I forget his name.
And Rat didn't have no car.
Rat didn't have no car.
Nobody had no car, but Alonso and Jason.
Yeah.
No, whose truck was it? They were at the homie's truck.
Who?
Jason had a truck.
Jason had a truck.
No, but they were at the homie's truck when Jason pulled up and was like, "You one of them 40s."
Well, they was yeah. Okay, there was yeah.
I don't think that was his car.
No, I think they was just chilling. They was trapping.
Yeah,
they was on the block trapping, right?
Like,
Like
it was a truck. Because remember he said, "Give me one of them 40s." And
yeah,
the truck and get the 40.
So it probably was not Rat, but the
other homie.
Yeah.
I think his name was Teddy.
Yeah,
I think
it was a good crew. They
was
was good crew.
It was a cool crew.
And they was like when shit got weird, they was like, "Man, you gotta holler at your brother, bro."
Yeah,
like they was real homies,
but
real
they was
authentic.
tripping though.
Hmm?
This is what kind of got me mad about them.
Mm-hmm.
When he told him, he was like, "Man, you know your brother ain't right."
Yeah.
He was like, "What are you talking about? If he ain't right, why aren't you trying to get him right too? That's your homie."
Because them niggas ain't right either.
That ain't exactly.
Them niggas that didn't have shit. Only person that had a job was Jason.
Yep.
And Alonzo.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He was a gangster. That was his job.
That's his job.
But he was organized.
Yeah, he was like he was
yeah.
trying to like, hey man, this is how we gonna take over this.
He was
bank.
prepared.
Yeah.
He had his employees.
I feel like he was the type of nigga, and he was like be on time.
Yeah.
The reason
Right.
why he even
Punctual.
he had a beef with Josh because Josh wasn't professional.
He was a clown.
He was like, who is this nigga, bro?
Yeah.
I'm trying to do my job. Man.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Exactly.
There wasn't nobody supposed to get hurt or killed.
The only reason why I'm fucking with you is because one of my lieutenants
It says he vouching.
vouched
Yeah.
for you.
You
That's
know
the
what I'm saying?
only reason
Because Lorenz
why I'm
Tate
giving
brother.
you this opportunity.
Really, really, if you think about it,
Mm-hmm.
Alonzo was just a regular street nigga from
Yeah.
Fifth Ward, Houston, Texas.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't bother nobody.
Yep.
Yeah.
He wasn't even at the carnival. He was off to the side with the homies, just chilling.
I'm trying
Yeah.
to catch the Holy Ghost.
just
Trying to catch the
chilling.
Holy Ghost.
Yeah,
You know
I'm
what
trying to
saying?
catch the Holy Ghost.
I'm gonna rob
Yeah.
this bank, but this the bank. It's not the. I'm gonna rob the bank's money.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Y'all got insurance.
Yeah.
Y'all, we ain't trying to hurt nobody. We trying to get in and get out.
Yep.
Yeah.
And get on.
Mhm.
Only person he hurt was Josh.
Right.
Which is stupid though. How after y'all get away from the caper,
Mhm.
you know what I'm saying? Y'all string this nigga up and
Yeah.
cut him with the saw and everything, and then let him go.
Mm-hmm.
Well, because he gave him that information.
Because he told him.
He told him.
He
He
told
was like,
him-
he's like, the reason why I was late was because your sister.
Your sister told my brother.
Told my brother.
That's
Mhm.
right. That's right.
That's the only reason that saved him
right.
because he was about to kill him.
But why just kill him? Why? Oh, I'm not gonna kill you because you had a reason for being late.
I think like it's just like
That's
a
what she
mousetrap. I think we're setting a mousetrap. I don't know if he's trying to set a trap for well, what he says in the movie is like I'm about to get with whoever was responsible for me not getting this money.
Right.
And in this particular instance, that was Jason. Right. So I think he let Josh go because he knew that like Jason would come. Like once Jason saw Josh in that condition, Jason was gonna come see him.
But are you sure about that? Because he didn't
I don't
seem
know.
ready. He
I don't
didn't
think-
seem
yeah,
ready
he
for the
took his
nigga.
gun, he gave his
Yeah.
gun to the homie and went to the
Yeah, went to
bathroom.
the bathroom.
which
Yeah,
was
I'm-
stupid.
That part gets a little wobbly,
Yeah.
right? Like
Yeah,
that,
super
you know,
wobbly.
we got to
Yeah.
keep the movie going,
I
right?
think
Like,
he was probably when they strung him up
yeah.
to torture him to find out
Mhm.
why you was late. That's not enough. That's nigga. I don't
like,
give a
no,
fuck
you
why you
should
was late.
String him up.
Right.
You should string him up to torture him to kill him.
Like exactly
Right.
where you turn.
That's
I
it.
don't want you to die slow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When they let him go, I was like, that's
Like,
out
why
of
they let
character
him
for
go?
Alonzo.
Yeah.
Alonzo's
Why
supposed
were
be
you
this big
tardy to the
savage.
caper? That's
Yeah.
very funny.
And then let Jason,
Mhm.
the TV boy,
Mhm.
the TV fixer boy, come mop you.
Yeah.
Yeah. But he got Mad Dog in him.
Mhm.
And Jason wasn't no hoe. He just
Yeah.
wasn't, he was just a nigga with a regular job.
Man, when I heard him say passing one of them 40s,
Yeah.
I was like, all right.
Yeah, he could have easily been
Mhm.
the hood, the ops for
Yeah.
Alonzo. He could have been that guy.
Yeah.
Okay, so before we get into the categories,
Mm-hmm.
there's one thing that we have to talk about.
What's that?
Can we talk about the sex?
Yes,
Fire.
yes. Uh-huh.
Can we
Smash fest.
Can we talk
Now,
about the sex?
We don't talk
boy.
about the sex,
Yeah.
but I also want to bring up before we go into it.
Mm-hmm.
Once again, Larry didn't have shit. She didn't have nothing,
Mhm.
and neither did Jason. Everybody living with their moms,
Yep.
and they all fucking outside.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They having high school sex.
Nah, I went to high school sex because they fucked at work.
Yeah.
In the back of your,
Mhm.
nah, it's high school
In
sex
the rain.
too.
Mm-hmm.
High
Huh?
school sex.
Rain outside.
High
Go
school
right
sex
into
is because high school sex is you fuck everywhere that you don't have when you don't have your
Mhm.
own spot.
Yeah.
You don't have your own spot, so you fuck in the car, in the alleys, on the side of the crib.
But you don't have no sex in the meadow.
Shit, if you from Houston, Texas, you do.
If you from Houston, like
you can go out there.
We went to the meadow.
You probably can go out to the marsh, nigga, and see 17 different couples smashing.
Yeah.
That's you know what I'm saying?
From what I know about
dandelions all in your ass crack and all that, nigga. Yeah.
I think there's a little more.
I think us city boys, you know what I mean, are probably more creative in how to fuck indoors. But I do think, like, if you look at the South and Appalachian places, like where they be in the woods, they be out there fucking
outside, fucking, nigga.
Like
barn sex
in the woods.
I hit under a bed.
So
I hit under a bed.
You hit under a bed?
I hit under a bed.
As you should.
The TV store sex scene. I will always remember the first time I saw that scene. 94, I don't know how old I was, but I was a teenager. And me and my dad went to go see this movie.
That's hilarious.
Right? So we're watching the movie and da-da-da-da-da. And they had the bayou scene, and that was beautiful. So, you know, my pops wasn't really tripping. I didn't feel his energy shift.
Yeah.
But when they was getting at it in the TV store, I heard my dad under his voice, like low, God damn.
Yeah. Oh shit. Damn, that rain sex, nigga. Yeah. An impromptu rain.
You gotta shout out the dress too.
Yeah. The dress.
Summer dress. Because summer dress sex is fire.
Oh man.
You know what I mean?
Easy access dress.
You know, you lift that thing up and it just you know? It's good. You know.
There was
shoulder thing with the.
There were certain sex scenes I remember growing up with that just had me like, I need to be fucking more.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like,
I got to.
Like, you know,
that was one of them.
That was one of them. That was one of those scenes where it was just like, I need. Why am I not having this more frequently? That was one of them scenes.
My scene was Marty getting her shit smacked out.
That was in the alley.
She a little hood chick, man.
In the alley,
in the alley, bro.
Yeah,
I had a moment like I said, bro, I probably all my life.
Oh man,
I said I'm about to have me one of them scenes, man. We'll go outside to the side of the house, yeek up, yeek up, yeek up, yeek up, yeek up. Yeah, and she was 100% down with it.
Yeah,
she was cool.
Yeah,
it's crazy how they left the house to go smash
in the alley.
In the alley.
You could have just went into the room. You
can't take on the closet.
Don't you have a room upstairs?
Yeah. So some of the things in the movie didn't make sense. Bokeem, Josh getting tied up after the heist.
Yeah.
And then the niggas leaving the house to go smash.
I feel like that kind of makes sense though. Like your people are here. Your sister's here.
Does he seem like the kind of nigga that gave a damn?
But this could maybe get into Alonso's. You know, part of the reason why Marty sees Alonso in that way, that Alonso ain't gonna slut her out in front of the homies. Okay. You know what I mean? Like, you know, hearing you know, the boys on the front porch, hearing me smash my girl, and then I'm gonna parade her back and forth. Let me get out of earshot. You know what I mean? Like, in a weird way, it's kind of noble.
Because remember, he wouldn't even let them smoke and drink while they were having the meeting.
Yeah, he was
the rules to the house.
Yeah. The house rules.
To the house. Alonso had boundaries.
Yeah.
That's a great line.
That nigga had boundaries.
Great line. Alonso.
Man,
gotta have a code.
Gotta have a code. Hey, nigga, ain't no smoking or drinking during the heist preparation meeting, my nigga.
Yeah.
All right?
Don't bring
if y'all at the crib, baby, we gotta go around the corner to the alley so I can slide in.
Right.
I don't want the homies to hear the slide-in session.
And it's just during the prepreparation.
Yeah. Right.
Like, just during this preparation. Like, we ain't doing none of that.
Nah,
like,
it's serious business.
And if you're late, I'm gonna string you up and torture you till you tell me why you was late.
Yeah, and then I'm gonna let you go.
I'm gonna let you go. Man. That nigga had a coda. Yeah.
You know, can we talk about the accents too? Yeah, like there's so much that, like, we have to get to the awards and categories, but there's certain things that we just would be remiss if we didn't talk about.
Yeah, the accents. They had like 7 of them.
They did not have in the budget a dialect coach.
Right.
Right.
At all.
Because Jada Pinkett's from DC, Bokeem's from New York. Jason, I believe, Allen Payne is
I don't know
from
where Allen Payne is from.
He
probably from New Jersey
or something like that. Treach is from Jersey.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I don't know where, but her accent actually was cool, but I think she's probably she might have been the strongest, Elisa. She might have been the strongest actress at the time.
Yeah.
Because she did a decent job.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And your boy, he country. Rat, Eddie Griffin, but he got to St. Louis.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's like
And he just stayed in St. Louis.
He stayed in St. Louis. That's how he really talks.
Yeah.
He stayed in St. Louis.
He stayed in St. Louis.
You know what I'm saying? There was I heard some Alabama in there.
Yeah.
It was all over the place.
Oh, girl, Jada Pinkett sounded like she's from Atlanta. From Georgia.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying like a Southern belle to the point where
whose was the worst?
It was Jason.
What about I would say Bokeem didn't even try. He niggas telling he was from Brooklyn like a motherfucker.
That's so true.
I was like,
even try.
Yeah, nigga. But he was I feel like he was such a character.
Yeah.
He was
drunk
always
all the
like,
time.
He was drunk. Yeah.
Big Wage, hey man, hey mama, I just bought this shit, not the roast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He didn't sound like
Not
he was
my roast.
Not my roast. I paid $20. Yeah, put it for $20 for that.
Yeah.
Jason's was really bad.
It was
Jason's was really bad.
Tom Sawyer type shit.
I don't think Treach tried.
See,
no, he didn't.
So this is the thing about Treach.
He was a rapper at the time still.
Treach just went up an octave, right?
He was high. Hey man,
I'm the bad guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He went like Southern
Hey,
Soprano.
You don't know what
What's
Chinese
his name?
spare
Tate.
ribs are?
Yeah.
Lorenz Tate brother didn't try either.
He didn't try either.
She
He's like, I'm
won't
just
let
gonna sound
nobody hit it. Like, you know, like
I'm okay with
That's
Mad
a
Dog.
good. That's a good bad
I'm
guy
okay with
voice
Mad
though.
Dog.
Yeah.
Mad Dog's from New York.
Mhm.
I'm okay
Yeah.
with him because he's an older dude.
Yeah.
He probably isn't from there.
Yeah.
He probably is from New York, joined the military, met her. She's probably from
Met her in
Texas.
the base.
Uh-huh.
You know what I'm
You
saying?
know, met her, we got stationed there.
Yeah.
It's okay for
Yeah.
him not to have an accent. But the boys, Jason and Josh,
Yeah.
they supposed to be Texas all day.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
The
saying?
accents was everywhere.
Everywhere.
Kudos though to the casting director. Young Jason and Josh do look really
Like,
similar.
the
Yeah.
new
See,
Josh.
most of the time that's hard to get right.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But yeah, like angry ass like 6-year-old Josh, 9-year-old Josh.
He
exactly
turned into
like Bokeem.
Bokeem.
Yeah.
Exactly like
Let's
Bokeem.
Baby
talk
Mad
about the nigga
Dog.
name for a minute.
Yeah.
That's one of my favorite actor names.
Bokeem.
Bokeem
Woodbine.
Woodbine.
And it's been
Damn.
working nonstop.
Yeah.
Bokeem is a good actor,
He's a
bro.
great
He's a
actor.
great actor. Yeah.
He's done
great
so,
actor.
and it shows more in his older years where he's
Mhm.
not being typecasted, just playing the thug.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's playing the sergeant, the detective,
Yeah.
and he's doing his thing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to Bokeem, bro.
Yeah. Yeah.
Brother
He's
Woodbine.
Mandalorian. Right? Like, you
Man.
know, he's
Yep.
still working.
Uh-huh.
Mm.
Still working. Because I think there's a grizzle, like I think he's underrated. I think
Yes.
Bokeem Woodbine
Yes.
is vastly underrated. And I think there's a place for the non-handsome black leading man.
Oh
Mhm.
Lord.
Right?
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
like there's a like that guy.
Damn.
that, you know, but-
Hey, he's keeping it 100.
The
You know what I'm
non-handsome.
saying?
well, no, not to- all right. But like in the worlds of the Morris Chestnuts and all of these
Yeah.
other guys,
Yeah.
where like this is what we traditionally see as a leading man.
But he got a bald head. Though.
Yeah, you know, it's
Right.
true.
That works. That
Yeah.
a bald black man will work
Mhm.
in most white.
I just think he's like he's
Places.
a gritty workman, blue
Yeah.
collar,
Uh-huh.
you know, kind of actor that can just
Mhm.
I can play the role.
Yeah.
I
agree.
can do the job.
He's
right?
gonna work for a long time.
And there's not a lot like him. Like I'm trying to think,
Very true.
like, you know, like who is Bokeem's contemporary? Like who's running parallel with the same type of tenure that Bokeem has?
Well, I mean, there's people that probably should be on
Mhm.
that level, but they just don't get it because they've gotten in trouble.
Right.
So I think like Isaiah Washington is fire. Like
Yeah.
those
fire.
two guys.
But I think he's more of a Denzel Blair.
You're more of a
Uh-huh.
leading man.
Yeah, I get what you're
Yeah.
saying though.
Yeah. He's
Yeah.
more of a
But
leading man.
He's so damn dope.
yeah,
Mhm.
Damn.
Yeah.
Isaiah Washington is so
He
damn
is
dope, bro.
crazy.
Yeah.
He would definitely be on the Don Cheeto path, in my
Yeah.
opinion. He would be in that same light.
Yeah,
Could have.
Yeah.
and that's what it was.
Trick off.
Bokeem was supposed to be Don Cheadle, but like you said, I guess he's not handsome.
Not handsome enough.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think the deal is Don Cheadle got a bigger nose. You know what I'm saying?
It's the nose.
It's in
You
the
all for
nose.
the nose. It's in the
You know what I mean?
nose.
Shout out to the noses.
Yeah.
Shout out to the
Amen.
nose niggas.
Nose
Yeah.
niggas. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nose
Bigger
niggas.
noses.
You guys are out of control.
That's how we get down.
Right.
Shout out to the noses.
Shout out
Blessed
to the
with that.
noses. I mean, it's a
Hey.
superpower.
Hey, in some parts of Africa, some
Mhm.
cultures, the gap is a sign of beauty.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
you know, back in the day, out here, you get clowned for having a big gap in your teeth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But in some parts of Africa, in some
Yeah.
cultures, like
Shit's
having a
cute.
gap it's like, oh, you super, super handsome.
Yeah.
You're super beautiful.
It's still cute.
Nose.
Okay.
The nose, my
We were
nigga.
talking about eyes the other day. There's certain people in certain cultures that just see eyes. They got on the hijab. Is it the hijab? That's what you call it? Hijab? Hijab?
You close?
Hijab.
Hijab. There it is.
Yeah.
And that's all they see is eye. So could you imagine somebody going like, whew, girl, yo, them eye sockets.
Them lashes?
There was a chick in the Michael Jackson Remember the Time video that I'm still trying to see her face to this day. You know the part where they came out. You know what I mean? There's one to this day. I want to know what she looked like.
That?
Yeah, who is that? All right, we got to burn through the awards. All right, pretty quick. Movie MVP. Who won the movie?
Movie MVP. Movie MVP. Jason. Who's your MVP? Who won the movie for you?
It has to be somebody in the movie.
Yeah.
Doesn't have to be.
Because I'm gonna call a little audible, and I'm gonna say the come back to me.
I'm gonna go with Bokeem.
Okay.
Bokeem.
Yeah, to me, Bokeem is the engine of the movie. Even more so than, to me, he's the most interesting person in the whole film, right? Like, Jason is relatively boring. We already spent a lot of time talking about Lyric as a character.
Terrible.
Like, Bokeem is inexplicable, like.
Bokeem MVP, it depends on what your MVP categories are.
So the reason for that is that, like, and we fluctuate. Sometimes we talk about the person that's most impactful on the story. Sometimes we talk about the person that stole all the scenes. In this particular instance, I just think Bokeem's character, like outpowered and outworked all the other actors in the film. And for that, I'm awarding him with the MVP because he delivered the most. He delivered the goods. Best actor aside from Forest Whitaker in the film, in my opinion.
Forrest always kills.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say the elements.
The nature.
Elements, nature.
Yeah. I feel like
that is the MVP.
I can easily
most
second
films, black or white, are shot outside of New York, California, Chicago.
Yeah.
And you don't have a lot of movies shot in Texas.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
They shot that movie in Texas or in the South. I'm sure it was Texas though.
Yeah.
And it looked amazing. And it was a huge factor in, I think, how good the movie was. Hence all the scenes like that. Even that big ass bridge. That shit
was beautiful. And it looked like, dang, it looked like a place that you would be like, nobody's gonna go here.
Yeah.
And so the fact that there was no restaurants, there was no movies, there was no nothing was glamorous about this film. It was struggle love.
It was struggle love. It was humid. It was
girl. That's the only reason why I feel like she was so stuck up, because I wanted her to appreciate him more.
Yeah.
She did eventually.
Right.
Yeah.
But I feel like he was a solid dude. And he didn't even have a great job. He was just a dude that's trying to get by, but trying to do the right thing.
I feel like she was gonna get there. Just even if you look at the scene. The simple fact that she's looking the other way. She's looking the other way, looking at the freeway, but she's looking past the freeway. There's nothing over there but the sun and horizon. And behind her is the city.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to go to the city to do all the things. And she's
Dallas.
like, no, I want to just be away from here.
Yeah.
I want to go wherever that is out there.
I want to go. I just want to go on the bus and just go.
Couple more categories before we get to the fist. Who wins your overacting award for this film?
Oh shit!
Yeah, it's a tie between. It's Bokeem.
Yeah,
Bokeem is an overactor.
Yeah,
and he's an overactor when he's playing like street nigga. And I see him be very subdued in his performances, and that should be so strong.
Yeah.
I think like the scene you said when he was in the shower after he got cut up.
Like what? I just don't know what that
emotion that you should have. If you cutting up, you should have lost so much blood that you wouldn't even have the energy to scream like that.
How he came in,
like come on, bro. There's no way you're living.
Yeah.
If you're already at that state in your injury, you're dying.
Yeah.
Even when he dialed it down, like after he shoots Jada, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
I love that part.
Shoot me.
Shoot me. I'm sorry. Hilarious.
Take it away from me. Take it away from me.
You're right.
Yeah.
That was an accident.
I I'm sorry.
I loved it too. His overacting
Yeah.
wasn't distracting to me.
Yeah. I feel like he was mimicking Forest Whitaker.
Yeah.
At times, and it was just like,
see,
he's
yeah,
tapping into that inner man dog.
Great pickup. 2022 recast. How would you recast this movie today? I've got some interesting ideas of I'll toss one out, right? I am going to recast Marty, Lisa Nicole Carson, with Megan Thee Stallion.
Ooh. Megan, if she can act, that's important. She looks the part. Megan Thee Stallion.
She can just be herself.
I'm casting Megan Thee Stallion.
I mean, that is a strong.
That's a strong cast. I feel like that's a good. If we had the studio, and we were going to greenlight this film, and we could get her for any role in the film, I would not cast her as Lyric. I would cast her
as Marty.
For sure. 100%.
They would try to make her Lyric because he's popular. No, she's not a Lyric.
I would cast her as
Marty for sure.
100%.
Who would play Alonso? If it ain't Treach, it would be
the baby.
I thought about him. We did him for Birdie.
Yeah,
you can be any,
but I don't think he's big enough.
Rapper that's like
for Megan Thee Stallion, absolutely not.
Yeah.
If you gonna cast Megan Thee Stallion,
you're gonna need you're
gonna need
T Grizzly.
We're gonna need a green screen.
T Grizzly, or
that's a good one.
Stature wise, yes, but I was gonna say Future. Future, I don't even know he can act. He don't really have a lot of personality.
Like we talked about the problems that we had with accents. Right. Yeah, exactly. We talked about
he talk like he rap.
I don't know who to cast.
I'm just saying T Grizzly.
Yeah.
T Grizzly is possible.
Who's our leads? Who's our Jason and our
Okay.
Lyric?
So we're doing.
I'm gonna go social media. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm casting Melvin Gregg as Jason.
As Jason.
And Lyric will be Watch Jazzy. Yeah, I'm pulling that off.
I'm with Melvin Gregg.
Watch Jazzy is amazing.
Yeah,
Jada Fade.
Ooh,
I saw that too.
Okay,
as Lyric.
Yes, yes, yeah, yeah. Ooh.
And who's our Bokeem?
Bokeem.
who's our King Bokeem?
It's crazy because right now I'm like, dang, I can't say some of the things I want to say right now because that's the homegirl.
Right.
So, but I'm thinking about that. I'm thinking about that TV scene. It's like, whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa. Jada Faye coming out the rain and going in there and going to work. Yeah, I couldn't watch that.
I think she's got the edge.
Yeah. Do you know Watch Jazzy though?
Watch. Yeah.
Okay.
Hold on. Let me double check.
Hold on. Let me
Yeah.
No, Watch Jazzy's amazing.
She okay. Who will play Bokeem? If we staying with social media,
for him, I'll probably go outside of social media.
Okay. So because Bokeem's character is very raw.
Yeah, she's
and social media ain't really that raw.
Yeah.
And even
Watch
with
Jazzy,
even with the stature.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's say.
Put Jada Pinkett in there.
As
you imagine him in the shower?
but that's the thing. I'm too big to be
his brother.
Melvin's little brother that he would have to snatch up a little bit.
But at the same time, like I feel like if he really wanted to fight his brother, he would fight his brother. A lot of that stuff that was happening was just like, dang, this is my bro. And I disappointed him. And I'm drunk.
Yeah.
You know, like him trying to fill up on.
I would be Alonso.
Stupid.
Yeah.
I would be Alonso.
Yeah.
I got to think about who.
I think Woody McClain.
Yeah.
That's playing Kane. Yeah. That's playing Kane in in Power.
He could be a good Bokeem.
Yeah.
Ooh, for Rat, Carlos Miller.
Carlos Miller. I would think DC. As for age wise.
I'm not thinking about age. I'm just thinking about.
But that would be a good crew.
But see,
DC.
Yeah,
like that whole. You could use that whole crew
DC
to be that
is
crew.
more like an Eddie Griffin to me.
Yeah.
Than Carlos. Carlos is like funny, super funny. Carlos is more like a. DC's Rat was more like a hey, what's up, girl? Damn, even when he went and flirted with Marty and put the tray on her titties.
Yeah.
What's up, girl? I'm gonna get some of them big ass titties.
I feel like that's Carlos all day.
More than DC.
I would vote DC for that.
DC's over the top with Carlos is more country, like
more country than DC.
Yes.
Just his natural,
like his natural
draw,
natural.
You can't even understand.
There's two types of country though.
I think he's Southern. I think DC country.
There's slow country and then there's loud country. They're on two different sides.
And
of the
I think the Eddie Griffin character.
I think that character
was loud country.
I think
was
like
he loud?
One of the loudest
I feel like he was cool. Though.
Hey, what's up, man?
He was cool.
He hopped in the back of the car. Everything was
everything was kinetic. Everything was
he was
bouncing around.
Walking, he was kind of like walking. He was like, "Come on, man, let's go get some food. Now, give me some pig's feet."
Some pig's feet.
Let's get to the rankings. What do you give this film?
Ooh, I give this film 4 stars.
4 fists.
I'm sorry, 4 fists. Excuse me.
4 fists.
4 fists.
Okay.
Yeah.
I give this movie 5 fists.
Whoa. Okay.
I love this movie. Right? Like, 5 because it's beautifully shot. It's a great story. It's a special movie.
Right.
And I think it's different. The same way Love Jones is different because it's in Chicago. And I feel like they capture like the city is Chicago, almost the MVP.
Sure. Yeah.
I feel like this it's the little things. This movie does, like, even though we've got some issues with the accents for sure.
Yeah.
And there's some continuity kind of but I think overall it's a beautiful tribute to the South.
Yeah.
And a beautiful tribute. It's an unconventional love story. It feels very Shakespearean to me. 5 fists.
I like it. I like it.
I'm gonna have to give it 3.5.
Okay.
And that's fist. Okay.
Fist.
And the reason why is because although it is a great poem, there's a lot of metaphors and it's a beautiful love story that's kind of tragic at the same time. But there's a happy ending to it. If you can call that happy, because his brother did kill himself. Amen. Right. I also think that it's not a complete poem. Like the poem isn't complete. The poem, the way the poem ended is safe. Like you see the plane flying again at the end, but you don't see like the water spreading and it's like you're free, but are you really free?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like the plane's flying again, but
and
are you still having that same?
They really ended up in the same place they started it.
Yeah, and it's like you don't know where they go.
The life, what's their life look like the next day after we see them?
They just they coming back on a Greyhound bus, and she's healed up a little more. Maybe she don't got but they
got out.
They got out.
I think that's
they got out for a moment.
They got out. Well, that's sometimes
they have each other.
Yeah,
they got each other.
If you think about the escape movie genre, sometimes it's not about what happens next, but it's the fact that they got out.
They survived.
They survived it. Right?
It's the fact that they were on the bus. I think it was a thing of seeing her on the bus and seeing her like alive.
Yeah.
And what's up with Jada Pinkett and buses, man?
Right?
At the end of the movies.
At the end of the movies.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. These buses.
Yeah.
She should only be in movies with buses.
Yeah.
At the
you want to make an impact.
She said, hey, I'll be in this movie if you change the script up a little bit. I need to be a bum broad.
Yes.
Okay, I need to have not much going for me. And the nigga that wants me needs to be better than I am.
That's facts.
But I'm gonna act like he isn't. And at the end of the movie, I need to be on the bus.
I need to be on the bus.
I need to be on the bus
or near a bus. Or a bus needs to be going by.
Right.
That's important for her characters. That's just like Will Smith is always running for no reason.
He saw Mel Gibson in Lethal Weapon. He's like, I want to do that.
No, I'm running.
It's the lethal weapon, the Mel Gibson clause.
7 pounds? No reason for him to run.
Yeah.
They put a whole scene in there with him running. Just, he jumped over a wall and ran in the rain. Well, he said, wait a minute, this is a great script, but where do I run?
Yeah.
That's part of my clause.
That was Jason's lyric.
Jason's lyric, man. I had a great time, man. Thank y'all for rocking with me, brother.
Yes, sir.
Brother Kid Edward TV.
Thank you.
And my co-host, Big Tone.
Yes, sir. Yes,
and
sir.
This is another episode of BlackBusters. Catch us next time, and we'll let you know what movie we're gonna talk about next time. All right, Big Ja, I'm out of there.
Yes, sir.
Love life. Be good or be good at it. Peace to the max.
BlackBusters.